Warning, the following show will spoil the hell out of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire books and the TV show A Game of Thrones. Also, you're probably going to find a fuck ton of bad language. The explicit tag is there for a reason.
Death and boobies, 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 death and boobies.
Welcome back to the Ironwood Network Book Club. I'm your host, Maester Ironwood. Here with me, as always, is Septa Ironwood.
Hi,
Septa,
guys.
how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Summer finally here.
Well, not today. Today's like 55. But
Oh, it's actually almost 70. It's like
Is
in the
it?
mid-60s out.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Well, it just feels a lot different considering the last 2 days have been damn near 80.
That's true.
So today
And
is
it's also
manageable.
cloudy.
Yeah, it's cloudy. It's a little rainy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's almost 70.
Okay.
Just,
Last I looked, my car said 55. So,
Well, that was like this morning
yeah, that's true.
after it had been sitting in the shade.
That's true.
So, but yeah, almost 70 out, so not a bad day.
I'll take it.
I'll take it. 80s in the springtime here are muggy as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very humid.
Yeah. Like, I prefer it between 70 and 76.
I prefer between 60 and 70.
All right.
Downtown San Diego temperatures
I'll take it.
is my dream location.
If I could wear a hoodie year-round, I'd be okay.
That's downtown San Diego.
That's expensive. I looked.
I know. I know. Because once you get outside of downtown, it gets cheaper, but it also gets really hot because it's fucking desert. You want to be downtown by the harbor,
Yep.
and that is an expensive place to live.
Yes, it is.
Like 2-bedroom houses for like $400,000 expensive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, I looked.
Yeah. But that's all right. So no downtown San Diego moving
No.
in our near future.
Nope.
Let's see. All right. But I am enjoying my day with a nice awestruck apple and pear hard cider.
That is the best one that I have found.
So far, this one is, they're all really good.
This one's my favorite.
This one's flat out amazing.
Yes. And I'm not normally an apples flavor fan, and I love this.
You're not a hard cider person. I love hard cider.
Right.
You're not even a regular cider person.
No, not really.
I love regular cider too. But as
Right.
far as hard ciders, speaking as somebody who's drank a lot of different hard ciders,
Yes.
this is possibly my favorite hard cider ever.
And it's local.
And it's locally made right here in town. So if you're from upstate New York, check out Awestruck and check out their apples and pears. So good.
It is really good, yeah.
So good. So check a grocery store near you. You might just find it.
Yeah.
Super.
I know Price Choppers carry it.
Well, in this area they do.
Yeah.
Because it's right here. It's made right here in town.
Right.
Which is also amazing. Because we actually grow really good apples right around here.
Yes, we do.
Because it's upstate New York. So yeah, I'm enjoying that while we record. So if you hear it, sorry. All right, Septa.
Yes.
What are we here to talk about?
Cat of the Canals.
Cat of the Canals. Catlin Tully of the Canals?
No, not Catlin Tully.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yes.
That's good. All right, so you're going to give us a synopsis
Yes.
of this chapter, of which I have like 3 things to talk about.
Yeah. There's not a lot to talk about.
Yeah, there's a few important things,
Yes.
but only a few.
Yes.
Before
well,
that,
that's good because you only need to know 3 new things.
and literally I have 3 things to talk about.
Yep.
So, and that being one of them is Arya's training. So before that, I have a haiku.
Yep.
Here it is. I think it kind of covers the breadth of the chapter.
Okay.
Seafood is the bomb. My oysters, clams, and cockles. Perfect for dead men.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Dead men who tell no tales and wear no black.
Yeah. Dead men tell no tales.
All right. So, Septa,
Yes.
what the heck went on in this chapter?
Not a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, it's a day in the life of Cat of the Canals.
Literally. Kat gives us basically a rundown of how her day goes, who she runs into, who she's befriended, where she sells her goods.
Yep.
She tells us that when the moon goes dark, she has to go back to the
House of Black and White.
House of Black and White.
Right,
That's
which
what
I
it's called.
couldn't help think of a Stephen King book / movie that we've seen recently when that came up.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
The,
Moon.
Yeah.
That spells mother or whatever. Everything else that he does, it spells.
Yeah. Yeah, I was shocked to see him in a Grey's Anatomy episode.
Right.
You know, after seeing it 8 or 9 times, after I saw The Stand, I recognized him, yeah.
Oh, he's in everything. He was in Coach. He's been in a ton
Right,
of shit.
he's not in anything that I can recall seeing other than The Stand.
Right.
So, but...
It's amazing how many people you see from the shows that I make you watch.
Yeah.
And the movies that I make you watch.
Yeah.
They're like, every other Grey's Anatomy episode, you're like, oh my god, he's from the thing that you made me watch the other day.
Yeah. They like having popular people, famous
really
people.
good actors.
Yeah.
They really have really good talent. So, yeah.
But anyways, back to the...
Moon. That spells Greys.
Yeah. So back to the synopsis. So every day she's working with this...
Busco.
Yeah, Busco, that's his name.
I can't help but thinking of Bosco.
Right.
Boscarelli from Third Watch.
But he's Busco, he's basically a fresh fish seller.
Yep.
Or at least his children are.
Right. Yeah, he's the money
Yeah.
behind the operation.
And if she's not doing that, she's spending 3 days out of every 30 back at the House of Black and White, doing her work there.
Yep.
And when she's there, she has to tell them 3 new things she's learned in the month that she's been away.
Yep.
And this particular night, she runs into Darian. Mm-hmm. He's dressed in the Bravosy, brightly colored clothing, except for his boots.
Yes.
She goes to take her empty barrel back, and Darian's walking with her.
Bad move, Darren.
Yeah. And the last we see of him is he's walking down an alley with her.
Yep.
And then next scene basically is Arya coming back to the house. She puts her barrel away, gives a big bag of money plus the boots to Brusco, and then heads over to the House of Black and White.
Yep.
She tells them the 3 things she's learned.
And surprise, surprise, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, one of the things she learned doesn't bode well for Arya of House Stark.
She gets punished for that.
Yeah,
I
really
have
punished.
noticed a lot in this chapter. She goes back between Cat of the Canals and Arya. Cat and Arya. Cat and Arya.
Yeah, she's having this inner which
monologue.
A lot of the important characters have, right, this like inner struggle between who they want to be, who they are, who they could be,
and who they see themselves as.
Right. Just think about Jon.
Yeah.
You know, Jon has the exact same thing. Even Sansa started to have the exact same thing by being Elaine Stone versus being Sansa, and then being child Sansa versus being adult Sansa, and all that good shit. So, and Jaime, look at Jaime. Jaime's having one of these existential struggles right now as well. Yeah. You know, am I Cersei's lover or am I Jaime Lannister?
Cersei's having one and she doesn't see it.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Everyone, I think, at this point is having one within themselves. Mm-hmm. Even Sam.
Except for maybe Bronn.
Well, Bronn...
Bronn's just kind of Bronn.
We don't have a POV for that. So.
No, but Bronn's just kind of Bronn. Like, I don't imagine Bronn having any existential struggle about who he is or what he does.
Bronn knows who Bronn is, and Bronn does what Bronn wants.
And Bronn is happy with who Bronn is.
Yes.
So, yeah. Because it seems to be working out pretty well for him. He's now the lord of a lordship, so... Yeah. He's all good.
Even if it is taken by force.
Hey, that's how might makes right.
Right.
They tried to kill him, so...
They did.
It was just self-defense.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get into this.
Yes.
So for the time that Cat of the Canals is not living at the House of Black and White, she is staying with Brusco.
9 days out of 10.
Yep.
Yes.
And sleeping up in the bed with his daughters.
Yes.
His younger daughters.
Yes.
I imagine they're about the same age. One of them might be a bit older. Yeah. Because she has a boyfriend who likes to feel her up.
She's also flowered.
Right. So Sansa's age, probably.
Right. I did notice that she didn't mention similar to Sansa's age.
Right. She did not.
So.
Yeah, but I would imagine right around that same age. She has a boyfriend who likes to feel her up on the roof.
Yep. But he's a thief, so they have to be...
Right. Yeah. You have to be careful.
Yeah.
Because he might steal a little bit too much.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so Cat is always the first to wake up.
Cat, yes.
In the morning.
Yep.
She arises before the sun every morning first. Wakes up the 2 sisters.
Yep.
and they get ready, and they're always lagging behind the father and the sons, who are already always at the boat waiting for them in the morning.
Yes.
In which case they all get together and they all shovel off on the boat to the harbor where everybody's coming in to sell the fresh fish and stuff that they just caught overnight.
Yes.
And then Busco walks around and double taps the boxes that he wants to purchase.
Yep, so he buys off the fisherman, and then his children and cat take it back to the boats.
Yep.
And then they sort it out, and then they sell off the barrels.
Yeah, each of the girls gets a wheelbarrow, and they wheel it around different parts of the city.
Yep,
selling the fresh seafood.
The oldest daughter gets the Purple Harbor, which is for Bravosi people
the
only.
Nicest place.
Yep. And then Kat tends to get the other port,
the slums,
which she loves.
Yes,
because there's more people speaking the common tongue there.
Because that's the port specifically for foreigners.
Yep. Yep, and she gets to see a lot of different things and learn different things, which is smart.
Yes, because she has to learn.
Yes.
So her training is literally simply learn 3 new things every 10 days.
Mm-hmm. Well, every month. Because she's only back at the House of Black and White 3 days every month.
That's right.
And that's when the moon is dark.
Yep, so every 3 months, or every month, she has to learn 3 new things.
Yes.
It's too many numbers. Yep, 3 new things every month that she has to come back and report. What 3 new things have you learned since you left us?
Yes.
So, and what better place to do it than a port where all sorts of people are coming in and out from all over the world.
Yep. And she says it's been simple stuff like she's learned 3 new words, or she's learned a trick or a joke, or stuff like secrets are really good, and stories.
Yes.
So it could be anything. It just has to be 3 new things.
Yes, the secrets thing is what interests me. Because do you remember how Illyrio made all of his money and power?
In secrets.
Him and Varys would learn secrets.
Yes.
Because secrets are the most valuable thing.
Yes.
Think of Finnick Odair.
Yes, I was just thinking of Finnick Odair.
Think of Finnick Odair and his secrets that he learns. Because he wouldn't charge the rich people money. He was smart. He charged them secrets.
He goes,
he has more money than he could ever need.
Something as common as money in years.
Right, because think about it, as a winner, he's got all the money he could ever need.
Exactly.
So, to him, something that's way more valuable is secrets.
Yes.
Because that's where power is.
Yes, and if they're willing to give up a secret, then he'll spend time with them.
Yes. Think about Varys and Illyria, right? Varys has been on the court of 3 kings.
Yes.
4 kings now, actually. Well, no, 3, because he's on Tommen's court. 3 kings. Illyrio is a magister of one of the free cities, and they came from nothing.
Yes.
And the only reason that they got where they are is secrets.
Yes.
So it's interesting how Arya is being trained to discover secrets.
Yes.
By this Assassin's Guild.
Yes.
Which is interesting. So, which, by the way, I am still waiting for a good Game of Thrones game, which is like basically Assassin's Creed Arya.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I want that game.
That would be cool.
I want Assassin's Creed Arya.
That would be very cool, yeah.
Assassin's Creed Bravos. All right, now, one thing that we learned in this 30 days is that in Bravos there are 3 types of weather. Fog, which is bad.
Rain, which is worse.
Yep, and
freezing rain, which is the
worst. But once in a while, you'll get like a sunny morning.
Yes.
And then it's gone.
Yeah. But apparently she had a good day all day.
Yeah, which is weird.
Very rare. Yep.
So, again, there ain't no citrus trees growing here.
No.
Not in the fog and rain and freezing rain.
Right.
There's no citrus trees.
There's no lemon trees here.
There's no lemon trees growing here, ever. Unless it's in a glass garden.
Yep.
Which I guess could be possible.
Right, except it's not...
We're not mentioning there's any glass gardens.
It's a lemon tree in a courtyard with a red door.
But it doesn't say that the sky's... Right, we don't get a description of the sky. It could very well be a glass garden.
Right, but... The way it was described to me was like it was a single lemon tree in like a courtyard.
A white tree in a courtyard of marble?
Kind of like that, yeah. Yeah, kind of like the king's tree, yeah.
Right, and the mystery surrounding it is kind of cool. But
so there's no lemon tree
unless
here.
somebody has a glass garden.
Or at least like a glass dome, kind of like the rose in Beauty and the Beast. I don't think it happens here.
Yeah, so I don't think... I still... Daenerys was not raised in Bravos.
No, she wasn't.
Not to the point that she remembers. At least that's not where the Red Door was.
Right. Well, you know, when you're that young, your memories tend to bend themselves.
My money's still on Dorne.
Probably, yeah.
Because remember, there's this whole birth or this whole marriage contract that Doran has from years ago signed for Daenerys' brother to marry his daughter.
Right.
Arianne.
Right.
So that indicates to me that they were probably in Dorne.
Oh, yeah.
I imagine that that's where the lemon tree was.
Right, yeah.
Probably at the water gardens, to be honest. We got lemon trees there.
Well, they talked about blood oranges.
Right. So it's citrus.
Yeah.
So my money's on the water gardens.
It's quite possible.
It would make sense when you
children.
Right, and it makes sense if you think about the kind of architecture you expect from Dorne, right? Adobe type stuff. Mm-hmm. A red door would not be out of place.
It would not.
With Adobe structures. So yeah. So that's where my money's on. Is the water gardens of Dorne.
Okay.
Is where they were hidden initially. And that's where the marriage contract would have been signed, and then they would have been sent across to the free cities later on to keep them safe.
Right.
So, yep. Especially when she starts looking like a Valyrian.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. And as kids, they could have fit in, right? Because Dornish people have some Valyrian blood in them. Yes. Some of them do. So, you know, a couple of Valyrian-looking children could have fit in until a certain age down there.
Right.
So, yep. All right. So, Arya sets off on her daily adventure. Kat sets off on her daily adventure of selling stuff.
Yes.
She is really good at selling.
Yes. We find that she has a lot of friends, a lot of regulars. Mm-hmm. She will sell to, and then they will teach her tricks and trades and
teach
stuff
her
like
things.
that. Yep. There's a couple of perverts, but she has learned how to...
I mean, it's a dock.
Right. Well, one man has taught her how to hide a knife in her sleeve.
Properly, and pull it out properly.
Yes, which is what happened when she ran into Sam the other night. Mm-hmm. Or however long ago at this point. I can smell it. It smells so good.
Take a sip. It's really good.
I know it's good.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
All right. So, and again, that brings us back to Assassin's Creed because they have the hidden blade.
Yep.
That comes out of the arm. So, yeah, Arya. Assassin's Creed Arya. I want it.
Yep.
Come on, give me a crossover, people. Give me my dream crossover.
So she has made friends with sailors, with people that work the docks. She has made friends with a lot of whores.
Yeah, no, specifically courtesans.
Yes. Well, one courtesan.
Right, the high-priced courtesan plus the people who work for her.
Yep. And
then the whorehouses.
Yep, Mary's whorehouse is her favorite.
Yep.
Which also is the one where Darian likes to sing.
Indeed. Which again, we get from what she saw there the one night.
Well, we also run into Darian again today.
We do indeed. We run into Darian.
Yeah. So it takes her like all day to get through this dock.
Mm-hmm. But I get the idea that she's stopping and bullshitting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because she got to make friends to make regulars.
And, absolutely. Yeah. And to learn things.
Yeah, to learn things. Some ships that are coming in will let her right up on the dock to sell food if they haven't had time to unload yet.
Yep.
So,
which is cool. They let her right on the ships.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, you're not going to trust too many people.
Right, exactly.
Just to come up on your ship randomly at a dock.
Exactly.
So, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she manages to sell everything. She has a nice big fat bag of money at the end of the day.
Yep. She does make her last stop at Mary's whorehouse. Mm-hmm. Where she sells the rest of it because Mary buys some from her every day.
Mary buys the leftovers essentially for the evening rush, pretty much.
Yep. And she also always overpays her. Mm-hmm. So, which is good. Yeah. That's how you get people coming back.
Absolutely. Well, and so Mary's then one of the few whorehouses in the area that has fresh seafood available for their evening customers.
And Kat will then also point people in Mary's direction if they're looking for whores.
Which she does at the docks. She points several guys to the direction of Mary's whorehouse.
Yep.
Which, hey, perfect.
Yep.
That's a good symbiotic relationship to have.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So she gets there and she sells the rest of her stuff to Mary, and Darian is there singing.
Yeah, Darian is there, and
he is dressed in the Bravosi peacock colors. Mm-hmm. Yep. Except for his black boots.
Yes, and this is where Kat just goes away and Arya shows back up.
Yes.
Now, one thing that we did skip over that I wanted to talk about is how Arya, or Cat, seems to create a collection of cats.
Because she smells like fish.
Well, I wonder... Okay, so let's talk about this in depth. I wonder if it's just the smell or if it's something else.
You think she's like doing like the fiddle guy?
A Pied Piper?
Yeah, the Pied Piper.
Well, so here's my thinking. Okay, so she mentions that she has wolf dreams. She still has wolf dreams.
Yes, we do still have to talk about that.
Yeah, so she's still having wolf dreams with her and Nymeria, which is an incredible bond when you think about the distance.
How far away they are from each other, yeah.
Right, and from the source of the magic, right, which is supposedly weirwood trees.
Right.
Which I don't think is the weirwood tree, I think it's the black water underground, which I think goes everywhere, and therefore she's connected by that.
Right.
But she also... this time around, right about now actually, has another wolf dream, except that she's not a wolf. Do you remember she's a cat jumping all over the roofs around the canals?
Yeah.
So during that dream, she's warging a cat.
I missed that.
She says I had another wolf dream, but this one was different.
Because
she was a cat jumping.
Okay.
She didn't say she was a cat. She said she was jumping from roof to roof around the canals.
Then it wasn't a wolf. She was in a cat.
She was in a cat. She warged a cat that night. So here we've got Arya through Nymeria building this big, massive pack of wolves.
Yes.
And then in Bravos, she's building this little pack of cats.
Yes.
Because she's got at least one cat that we know she wargs into.
Yes.
And she will confirm that later on when she goes to get her sight back.
Oh, does
Spoilers.
Okay.
She'll confirm that for us.
Thanks for ruining it for me.
But she'll confirm that she does in fact see through Cat's eyes.
Okay.
So, but she also then has cats following her around. So I wonder if it's not the smell.
Oh, she said it was the smell.
Right, but she doesn't
Right.
maybe understand. I wonder if she's not building also an army of cats here in Bravos.
That would be interesting.
Because then I think too, okay, as we go and she goes back to Westeros, and we get all the pieces on the board for our final battles. She's going to have Nymeria and her pack of wolves.
Hopefully.
Right, hopefully. She should.
Right.
I wonder, there's a big cats over in Westeros above the wall that could be very helpful in a fight.
There are big cats, yeah.
Shadow cats.
Yeah.
I wonder if Arya is not going to be leading two armies. Shadow cats and direwolves.
That would be interesting. Like, how do you do that at the same time? Because
you bounce back and forth. Remember, Varamir could bounce back and forth between his different animals?
That's true, yeah.
So as long as you're a sufficiently powerful warg, which it seems like all of the Stark children are,
right,
that she could bounce back and forth between, like, Nymeria and lead Shadowcat or whatever.
Right.
And just control those two armies for that battle.
That's interesting.
Which would be badass as fuck, right? To have, like, this giant, like, Shadowcat army and this giant wolf army.
Yeah.
Augmenting the humanity.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? I wonder if... and that's why I wonder if George is hinting at that by having her warging and collecting cats over in Bravos.
That would be cool.
Or if maybe she controls the cat army.
Right.
And Nymeria just is powerful enough herself
to control
the wolf army.
That's interesting. That's really cool.
Right?
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, I completely missed that.
So, I mean, you would have gotten it because the next a couple chapters later, when she gets her sight back, she tells us that she wargs cats essentially.
Right.
But for right now, we're left to assume that by her wolf dream that was different because there's no direwolf jumping across the canals of Bravos.
Right. Yeah.
It's something different. And what is it? It's cats. Yeah. So
that is really cool. But she also did say she had a different dream.
She also has dreams which aren't wargs, right? These are just actual dreams.
Yes, and she hates these dreams because she is human.
Yeah, and she's reliving when her mother was killed.
Yes, and she's being chased by this man with a dog's head.
Yes.
Which is the Hound.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's not... those nights she's not warging.
She's having nightmares.
And she says that those dreams are rare, so I wonder if those are the dreams that she has when she's at the House of Black and White, because maybe the house, like, withholds her magic inside of it, like breaking her connection to Nymeria.
Why? Because there's black water there, so wouldn't it be stronger there?
Yeah, but maybe the walls, because of the two doors,
right?
The black and the white, maybe it blocked. Because you remember, right, the black door to the Winterfell crypts is meant to keep the evil spirits inside.
Oh, yeah.
So I wonder if the House of Black and White does that as well, and basically stops her from being able to warg for the 3 nights that she's staying there.
That's interesting.
So those nights, she has her dream of her mother dying, and then the other nights when she's outside of that...
And she just hasn't made the connection that this is when she has...
Right, yeah, exactly. And then the other nights when she's outside of that and she can warg freely, she does.
That's interesting. I like that theory.
Yeah.
I like that theory a lot.
So that's my theory, that she's going to lead Shadowcats and Wolves in the final battle.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Be a hell of an army.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's all animals. Who knows?
I was just wondering, I wonder if it's going to be more animals, and then we've got, like...
I mean, like, between her and Bran,
yeah,
they could command a ton of animals.
Right. If
Bran ends up on the good side.
Yes.
Which I am still not convinced of.
Right.
I am not convinced Bran ends up on the good team, despite what the TV show might have told me.
Right.
So we'll see. But yeah, that's my theory, is that Georgia's setting us up for her warging an army of Shadowcats as well as wolves.
Sounds good.
Yep. So look for that in a standalone video. I'll just pull that part out and make it a little theory. All right. So so after she gets enraged at Darren, he follows her out, probably thinking he's going to get some.
Or just, he thinks she's friendly, and he's heading to some other... He's on his way to some other parlor to sing, because at least they pay him in silver. And she's headed home for the night.
Yes.
And he walks along with her.
Down a dark alley, which the last time we saw this for somebody who didn't work out well. No. Poor Mr. Pate.
Yeah.
But anyway, she arrives back at Bosco's, with a bag full of money.
Yep.
And a pair of black boots.
Yes. I didn't think anything of it when...
You didn't?
No, when she gave him the boots. I mean, I thought... I don't remember those being mentioned.
Right.
Yeah. And then when she's talking later, I realize where they came from.
Yeah.
But...
Rest in peace. But he was a traitor.
He was a traitor.
So he deserved it.
Yeah. But that was very Westeros of Cat.
Oh, 100%.
So
it was stark.
Arya. Yeah.
It was a very stark thing to do.
Because the Starks behead the...
Night's Watch. Traitors.
Yeah, traitors.
Mm-hmm.
So she slit his throat in her.
Yeah. So anyway, so she drops off all the money.
And the boots.
And heads off to the House of Black and White.
Yep. She reminds him that it's a black night tonight. So he sends her on her way back to the house.
Yep. And... Which also makes me think of, he knows exactly who she is.
Well, of course he does. He says Valar
Margul, or he says Valar Margul. No, Dracarys. Valar Dohaeris.
Yeah. I was like,
Dracarys. All men must burn.
Well, I mean, eventually.
Probably.
Yeah.
All men must burn.
Yeah.
But so he sends her on her way back to the House of Black and White.
Yeah.
And she arrives.
Yes.
And she's talking with
showers, or she bathes
in lemon water.
Yep. And then redresses. She goes and has some food. The cook saves food for her when she comes back.
Yep.
And then she goes to help the waif. And the waif is teaching her about poisons today.
Yeah.
It's almost like they already knew what she did.
Yeah, it is. Isn't it?
She's teaching her about poisons. Which one's subtle, which one's sweet, which one's bitter, which one...
do each thing.
Yep. Which one you can't smell or taste.
Yep.
And then the waif hits her because I guess she was chewing on her lip.
Yep, which is something Arya Stark does. Not no one.
Right. And then Arya got angry and said, well, who are you? And the waif told her backstory, which... If she was no one, she wouldn't have a backstory.
Well, she's very careful about it, right? She remember she says, I used to be a girl who was the daughter of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So she's very careful to say used to be.
Yeah.
That she's not anymore.
Yeah, she was the heir.
To a lordship.
Yeah, to a lordship, because she was the oldest daughter.
Yep.
Only child.
Yep. Mother-in-law is a cunt.
Yeah, basically it was like a Snow White kind of story.
Yeah, essentially. And so she ends up here because the mother-in-law poisons the father against her, essentially.
Yeah.
So she ends
up... And there was like 2 truths and a lie or something.
There was an exaggeration and a lie.
Yes.
And Arya is trying to figure out which is which.
But she figured out the exaggeration because the wife had said that he lost all his money.
To the faceless man, but Arya knows they never take everything.
Yeah.
2/3.
So they took 2/3, yeah.
2/3 of everything he had.
Yep.
And the mother so they took 2/3 and her.
Yeah.
And then the wife received the gift.
Yep. So she died to save this girl's life, and this girl ended up being a waif.
Yes. Yep.
Or the waif, whatever.
The waif, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the kindly man joins them.
Yep.
And asks Arya for the 3 things, or asks no one for the 3 things that she learned.
Yep.
And the first 2 were generic, like, I learned that, like, this person actually hates this person. This person left their job but might possibly go back.
Yep.
The third one is interesting.
Yep. Well, she had first thought, well, I know 30 new things.
Right.
Because, you learn something new every day.
Right.
But her third thing was Darian, the singer, is dead.
Yep.
Arya slit his throat and threw him in the Canals.
Well, no, he says, and how do you know this? And she says, Arya Stark did it.
Yep. Arya slit his throat and threw him in the Canals.
Yep. And so he says, boy, I'm getting thirsty.
Yeah.
Please, waif, bring me a drink and one for no one.
No,
here.
bring some milk for Arya, who has suddenly rejoined us.
Yep.
Yeah.
And gives her a warm glass of milk before bed.
Yep. And which
is very nice of him.
Well, she says it tastes a little off, but she drinks it anyways.
A little bitter. She drinks it and she goes to bed. Mm-hmm. And this is where she has her cat... Is it her cat warging dream? No, that was before this.
No, she has a weird dream.
A weird dream, yes. And then she wakes up in the morning blind.
Yes.
Which sucks.
And that's the end of the chapter.
Yeah, and that's where we hold off.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Well, at least she told the truth.
Yep. See what good. I mean, her punishment might have been worse if she hadn't. If she had lied, she might have just died.
Right, exactly.
So at least she told the truth. Yes.
Right.
All right. We need a title for this chapter.
The only thing that I had in mind was 3 new things.
I had cat changer. Is it a skin changer?
No, that sounds silly.
All right, what about Shadow Cats instead of Thundercats?
Yeah, that's fine.
Shadow Cats. All right, we'll go Shadow Cats.
Shadow Cats and Bravos?
I don't want it to be too long.
No, that was a question. Shadow Cats and Bravos?
Maybe. I'm sure somebody has one in like a zoo or something, or like some rich person has one in their collection of exotic animals.
Oh, yeah, probably somewhere.
All right. Let's see. What chapter is next?
Samwell.
Samwell aboard the Cinnamon Wind.
Cinnamon Wind.
All right, guys. Everybody, thank you all for tuning in.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you, patrons. Don't miss our next episode of our new podcast. That'll be out on Thursday. And we're going over the movie Dodgeball.
Yay.
Which she says that she wasn't a fan of, but she had this ginormous grin on her face by the time it was done. Because it's amazing.
I was also high. So
don't forget to check that out Thursday at sportsmoviepod.com. For everything related to this podcast, just visit our website, IceAndFirePod.com. And we will catch you again on Friday with our newest episode, Samwell.
Yes.
Goodbye, guys.
Bye.